We just watched family videos from 1991. Not sure if this is a conspiracy or not, but smartphones ruined our lives. I was home visiting my parents for the summer and we started watching recordings from the 90s. My grandmother's boyfriend had a video camera and he used to record all the time. Often long clips of us just doing random things. Hanging out in my grandmother's house. On the street. In the city. Etc. We have hours of these footage. It didn't take long before we all realized how different everything was. This was like 17 years before the first smartphone. And everyone just looks and behaves so differently. The way we interacted with each other was so different. Everyone looked healthy. Everyone was happy and was talking to each other in a playful way full of energy. Even out in the city. It's the same. Everywhere we go. People are playing with each other. Interacting on a completely different level. It's hard to put the finger on exactly what it is. But overall everyone seems so happy. Like today you'd only see the same if people were drinking and partying. I'll digitalize these videos and share them on YouTube soon enough. But to give you an example, I'll post a video from YouTube and a 7-Eleven in 1987. Bar. The world you were born in no longer exists. Edit. We also visited my childhood neighborhood during a beautiful summer day. All kids on school holiday. And we walked around all the different areas we used to play as kids. And guess what? There were 0 kids outdoors playing. 0. Sure. Some are probably away on vacation. But in my time in the late 90s there were hundreds of kids outdoors at this time of day during school vacation, and today there are a lot more actual people living in the same area. It's sad to think that they are now all sitting indoors playing on their phones or tablets instead of being outdoors in the sun, playing with friends, getting exercise, fresh air, etc. Also, God is real. The Bible is His Word. If you haven't looked into that yet, start doing that before it's too late. God bless you all. X200B. How long can you go without looking at a screen? I remember being followed around at family events by whomever had the video camera. We'd all shield our faces out of shyness because we didn't want to be filmed. Now everyone wants to post every single trivial moment of their boring lives for everyone to see. Look at me, look at me, and people sit at home and watch other people live fake, curated lives through a screen. I try not to think about this too long, because it just makes me sad. Also, time passed much slower, thanks to smartphones and social media. Perceived time passes at an accelerated pace. A year in the 90s could take a person on a roller coaster of experiences, places, relationships. A year on social media is the blink of an eye. And it's the same shit every fucking day. Really does suck. The vibe shift. I remember how it was too, and no kid gonna tell me that's just my rose-colored glasses. It was better in 1,000 ways you can put your finger on and touch. I agree. Smartphones completely changed the dynamics of humanity. Point in case would be people filming war crimes in third world countries while using a phone to film and catalog it, while completely and utterly denying Western influences, such as the smartphone they are holding. 2:30 a.m. Ferris Bueller said it best. Life moves pretty fast if you don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it. That is so true. Did you notice the warm orange sun? It is not just the presents od the phones. But the fact we spend so much time doing electronic stuff that we lose the skills in interacting that we used to practice. Which word in the Bible? I gotta ask because it's been edited so many times. I recently went to visit home and relatives. We all went out to eat at a nice place and no one spoke to each other as everyone was on their phones. We didn't have eye contact. No one was mad or in a fight. You had me until the fourth quarter. I hate this digital age and glad I was able to enjoy my childhood without it. I would have never left my room with today's technology lol. I went to a family reunion out of state not close to the city and couldn't believe not a single kid had a phone. They were all playing. It really melted my brain to see it exists in some parts of the country still. Made me sad as hell honestly. And you are sure the change isn't because you are older now? I mean, do you think no one is happy? Are you happy? Your experience is not universal. We all have our own lives. Go to a public park where you are supposed to enjoy nature and look how many people are walking around staring at their phones. Creepy. But smartphones ruined our lives. Yes. But the seed of this already existed in the form of online computer environments and TVs before that. The smartphone is just the carrier for a universal attention capture ecosystem. But it's universally appealing. It offers something to everyone not blind. Who's your pusher? Phone companies, big tech, media, and we're all addicted together. I love this post and comments and the feeling of bliss that at least people notice this. I know it's bleak and dreadful. But someday the sun will shine. The night is always dark before the day. The French Girl was an early 90s hottie. Life was better before the smartphone with social media. It's mostly the social media that's sucking everyone in. Uncle Ted tried to warn us. I think our only hope is to go build our own communities and go back to no phones. We don't need to go full Amish. The communities don't have to be religious in nature. They don't have to be full Luddite. People can still drive tractors and pickups. We just need communities that cut this crap out. I think you would see much stronger, healthier, and happier human beings arise from these communities if we could pull it off. Thank you for sharing. The phone is the monolith, the black mirror. Smartphones ruined our lives, says the dude who ends his conspiracy post with a Bible lesson. Does OP think the first ever smartphone was in 2007-8? The world you were born in no longer exists, said every generation to next generation. What's interesting is the way your grandma holds the rearview mirror exactly like someone today would hold a phone with a pop socket. Probably somewhere around 2006, 2010 society changed and now people stare at screens. I have a friend who whenever we hang, he pulls out the phone like it's more important. In the 1990s they changed the food and it became more unhealthy. Lovely post. God bless you. Folded hands. Light skin tone. Don't forget our food, which is practically poison. The obesity epidemic which drains people of all their energy. The world you were born in no longer exists. I came to this realization in the 2010s. I don't know exactly what happened. We'll never know. It doesn't even really matter anymore. We're never going back. It's not just smartphones or social media. It's something else. Can you please red circle the conspiracy here? You sound unhinged. The last bit affirmed it. Better get right. 'Cause you might get left. And also I've Neen saying smartphones have ruined the world. Luckily, I grew up before smartphones.